Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and welcome to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. Today I'm going to be doing some stamping, stenciling, and a little bit of different foiling, a technique that I found watching another video by Natasha Foote over the weekend. So I kind of wanted to play with that, and let's just have fun. I'm going to be making a purple card today. This is GinaK's Wild Wisteria. It's 10 inches by 7 inches. I scored it at the 5-inch line, folded it, creased it with my bone folder. And then I used GinaK's Master Layouts 8 to cut out the remaining pieces. If you don't have that, you don't need it. It's nice to have, but if you don't have it, use what you have. I have a piece of black that measures 6 3/8 by 4 3/8, and then a piece of white. And this is why I like this set. This has this nice stitched edge. The white measures 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then I have just a plain piece of white that is a 6 3/4 by 4 3/4, and that's going to go on the inside. Then that master layout also cuts out these 1/4-inch strips. It cuts them a little longer than I need them. I only need this to be 6 1/4, and actually it cut it exactly. It cuts out 5 strips. I think I'm only going to use 1, possibly 2, no more than 2, I don't think. But it cuts out 5. And then I'm going to be using Modern Floral. This is a stamp, die, and stencil set. And then I want to use a sentiment from one of my new sets by GinaK. This is the Essential Greetings. It's a stamp and die bundle. I just want to use the sentiment off of it. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is do a little bit of stamping. I need to stamp one of those sentiments first. And I think I want to make this, I'm going to make this a happy anniversary card. You just never know what kind of card to make. And I think this happy anniversary sentiment is very pretty. I'm not going to die cut it. I'm just going to stamp it. Want to get the stamping using the MISTI out of the way because I'm going to be doing a lot of other stamping today just by hand. All right, now I want my happy anniversary to be in the bottom right corner. And that looks pretty good. I'm going to stamp it on acetate to make sure it's lined up first because I don't want to get it if it's not straight. I'm just going to use my VersaFine Clear Nocturne. Yes, and see now, this shows you that the happy is going up, so I need to adjust this down. And the happy is going up, so I need to bring this, let's see. Let's try that again. Clean that off. Let's try that. And I don't need to do that total ink. I just need to see where I'm going with it. That is much better. That's actually going to be great. So I'm just going to clean off my acetate. Now, in years past, that would have been trashed. And I would have had to cut it out and attach it to another backing. And happy anniversary. That is a beautiful font. Love that. Now I only need to do one more piece of stamping on my MISTI. Let me put that sentiment back. Well, get it going the right direction. Okay. Now I'm going to take the white round circle and I want to stamp the large modern floral flower in it. Just get that centered, just like that. And then I'm going to stamp this with the black ink. All right, now I'm leaving it right in here because I want to stencil this flower right now before I do anything else, because I need to leave this just where it is for the technique that I'm going to do. All right, so this one has a unique 3-piece, and it looks like a little flower stem. If I remember right, yeah. So I need to flip this around to here. This is a very difficult stencil to line up. Very difficult. At least for me, it is. Thought I had it down. Okay. That's definitely not it. Okay, there we go. This over here needs to be on the 3-piece. That's still not perfect. This is when I know this is not supposed to be a perfect flower, but I would like to get it lined up at least once. Okay, so that goes that way. With that at the top. All right. Okay, I'm going for that one. And I'm going to use medium lilac for my lightest color, and I'm not sure what I have on here. So I'm just going to rub that off. And I want this to be light. I don't want to go too dark yet. Okay, now there's a second part to this stencil. So that didn't, I don't like that. I think that's one reason I don't use this stencil so very often. And that may have fixed that. All right. This is supposed to go. If any of you out there have used this stencil and have major luck at it, I would really love to know. I want to love it. I honestly do. Okay, so this goes down into that point of the 3-part. Okay. Now I'm going to use the same color, but use a heavier hand and a little bit more ink. And I don't like that at all. I'm going to put a little bit more color. You know, it's going to work with the technique that I have. I'm just going to figure this back out and go lighter. Okay. Well, for one, there needs to be, I'm just going to make it more florally. I'm adding a larger flower. That is better. I went totally off the lines and added my own coloring in here. All right, now for the technique that I watched Natasha Foote do that I thought was really cool. And I tried it out a couple of times, and I'll show you when I'm done. But it's using foil and glue. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on my silicone mat here. I can get it to come out. Come on. Just need a little bit. And then I'm using a sponge dauber. She used a makeup sponge. And you just dab it in your glue. Then you come over here to your stamp and stamp the glue on your stamp. Try and get that on camera where you can see it better. I'm just daubing the glue onto my stamp. Trying to do it in an even coat. And if I get a big area that's splotchy, I'll just go back over it for a little bit. Okay. Now I'm just going to go down and just lightly. Now, just leave it for a second while I get some water and just spray off my stamp. Don't want to use my tidy towel for this. I'm just getting the glue off. And then I'll take this stamp over to the sink when I'm done and just make sure it's all off. It feels like it's all off there now. Now I can just take this, take it out of here. And I'm just going to get that towel and wipe up my glue. Now I'm taking copper foil. This is the toner foil. It is not the foil that goes in the glimmer machines. You just lay it down. You can just rub your finger on it, but I found that if I take my scoring tool and just rub across. And look at that. You've got foil. And I put the black ink behind it because if you don't get all of the areas covered with glue, you still have a little bit of the foil. Now, I tried this on like black paper with a word stamp, and it came out, but it looks a little rustic, and that may be due to the paper. And then I tried it with a word stamp, and it's more of a rustic feel. And then, of course, this cat stamp, and I got a big blot of glue. So it does work on stamps. You just have to practice your technique. And I love this. And it can be any tacky glue. And I just use one of those little cheap finger daubers. All right. Now I need to do some stamping by hand. I'm going to stamp one on the inside of the white sheet. All right. And just the little flowers from this set. First, I'm going to stamp them in, I'm using soft stone. I'm just going to put one in each corner. And I get that on camera there so you can see it. And then use the stencil for this. This stencil's a lot easier to use for this flower than it is. So now that I know I can just put petals wherever I want them, I'm not going to be too worried about that. And then I'm going to use a little bit of sticky notes because I don't want to get this on the card where I don't want to have ink. And I'm just going to take what purple's already on my brush and just do a couple swirls and pick this up and move this stencil over to here and do the same. Okay, so the inside of the card is done, and I'm going to glue that down. And I think I was playing with that technique so much that I pretty much used up this glue bottle. I will have a link to Natasha's episode below where she really demonstrates that technique very well. If you've not watched it, I highly recommend. She has some wonderful ideas. I'm also going to glue the black down. I may have to get out another glue bottle. Oh, it's coming out nice now. Drop my cap, I'm just going to set it in there. Now on the white piece, I'm going to put 2 strips. I'm trying to think of where I want to put them. This is going to go together like that. And I might even offset it, but I don't think so. So I'm going to put one right above the happy anniversary. And try and get that as straight as I can. And then I think just one more right above that to make it a double layer. And then I get to stamp on this and have fun. Because I'm going to stamp that same little flower that I put on the inside of the card on the outside. I'm just going to move that up a little bit more on camera for you. I'm going to use a soft stone. And I'm just going to, do, let's see, some random stamps. And I can turn it because this stencil has an easy access to figure out what goes where. At least until I get it on here. And then, then I'm going to go, uh-oh. I was playing around with this earlier, getting the colors, and I had put these flowers in black. And while that looked okay, it just was a little too overpowering. And that's all I need to do on here. So I'm just going to wipe this off. And now I'll get my stencil out. This is nice because it has 3, 2, and 1 flowers. That's why this one is so easy. I guess there needs to be, I had made some marks on there to try and figure out my placement, but it almost needs to be, this goes here kind of thing. Oh no, this one there. There we go. There's the 3. And I'm just using what's already on my brush. Yeah, there we go. That came out kind of nice. I surprised myself. Need to put the cover back on the soft stone. Now I'm going to put this on the front of the card. Just hold that down. Okay, now I do want to pop this up, but I want to glue it down to the black first. Oh, thank you, Natasha, for having that video with that foiling technique, just using glue. And she did say it had to be a tacky glue. Oh, I'm thinking placement right there would be pretty. So I'm going to use my round circular foam dots that I got from Hobby Lobby. They're about 1/8 of an inch thick. See, I went from not liking that flower at all because of how the stencil was, and then I twisted it and turned it, and I like it. But I really love the foiling. Such a simple idea, and you can do that with any stamp. I would like to try it and see it done with a fine script, but I almost feel that wouldn't work. So it would be more like what I did today, stamping it in a dark color first and then putting just hit and miss foil accents on it. Okay. Now, I think I just need a couple of little embellishments. I'm going to put you on pause while I go get my embellishments. Hold on. Okay, I brought over a couple of choices. One are these Aurora Borealis finish rhinestones, which are very pretty. Or then I thought about coloring some, and I picked out this V381 Bluebell. I think it's going to be a pastel purple. Oh, I think I like that. All right, I'll color 7 of them, but I don't think I'll use all 7 of them. I just need my angled tweezers. Let's see if we put one here, just to see how it looks. That's the right color. But I honestly don't know if I want them in the middle or if I just want to take 3 and spread them out on this strip. If I can get them centered on the strip. Or if I like that better. Maybe if I color some of these itty bitty teeny tiny ones, that would look better. Instead of having a big one up here in the flowers. Try a couple of the teeny ones. Well, oh, it's stuck on the tweezer. I think it's because I have glue all over my hands and everything from playing so much with this technique. I think one up here. Yes, I do have glue everywhere. I like the small ones better. Now I'm not really liking the placement of these. I'll just do 2 over here close together. Yes, I like that. Just need to straighten them up a little bit, and then I can push them down to keep them adhered. All right, that is my card for today. And again, thank you, Natasha, for having that wonderful video. And I encourage you all to try it out because that just add a little something to that card. And you don't need a machine or anything to do that foiling technique. Just some glue, something you could use. I think she used a makeup foam sponge. I just had these little cheap ones hanging around that I haven't used in a while, and that worked for me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay warm, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you tomorrow. And I just got glue up here. I'll get that off before I video the picture. Thank you.